So, welcome back to episode 2 of Dishonored. You have escaped the Cold Ridge prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Rainhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. I'm gonna stealth my way to the door. Maybe murder some rats.
Some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who know how to do?
Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He'll bring you to us, a friend who will meet you soon.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some down here by the look of it.
City of Dunwall Waterworks.
One of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-to-1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
You saw me fight 3-to-1, huh? Well, this seems really bad. Okay. Alright, now we know why rats are bad, eh? Wow, that's some really fast consumption rate. That may actually haunt my dreams for real. That and insects coming up under your bed at night would be fucking horrifying. We'll just leave that be. Unless some more weird shit happens to the corpses, like they get up and start walking. Nope, they just completely disappear. Okay. Bad plague rats, bad. The main control. Skull symbol. Rats are eating our babies at Lacwa Boulevard. You cannot kill the rat plague. No one will keep us from death. You cannot kill the rat plague. Right, they're very insistent about not being able to kill the rat plague. I'm just gonna let those rats do whatever they want. Jesus. Okay. Get up and over from there. Nope. That was a failure. Well, I just got to eat a whole pile of shit in my face. Alright, rats. I see I'd have to swim anyway. Blood from the eyes. No trespassing. That a thing? It looks like a thing. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district. So we'll stay here, share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city. That's terrifying. Well, they died together. I don't know that that's any consolation to anyone, but there it is. Well, that looks like it's going to be weird. The outsider walks among... I don't know. I can't read it. It's super dark. I know this game is trying to be all darkness, but... gonna bump up that darkiness. Oh, that's way too bright. Ooh, God, that looks horrible. Why is this so hard? The outsider walks among us. Okay, good, I can see it now. Everything seems way brighter now. Almost hideously so. Alright, my boy. Get you off of my giant wheel thing. Oh, I have to hold it, huh? No secret items down here or anything? Doesn't look like it. Well, I'm excited. There's some food over here. There's like a takeout bin. No, it's an ashtray. Alright. These guys really love whale meat. Like, a lot. That must be their McDonald's. Da, 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 da. No dumping allowed. Drain to the Wrenhaven River.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies into carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Okay. That's like a vehicle? The hell are these things? Dog pens? Is that what this is? I don't really know. I can tell you I don't want to spend a lot of time on the floor with the rats, though. But there they are. So, what if I throw the corpse over here to attract the rats? That didn't seem to work. Did that work? Fight the giant pile of rats. It's not gonna work out in the long run. Okay, so I could use that Sokolova Healy elixir thing. Or I could see if actually eating food will help. Yes, it does, but not a lot. Really hoping that the throw the bodies trick would work. It feels like something that should have worked. Now, just in case any more rats come, I'm going to go ahead and leave that corpse there for them.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
No offer of reward. And my name isn't the Assassin Corvo, it's the Lord Protector. Climb chains by jumping onto them by pressing F when you're near. Ooh, rats are worth quite a bit. Gonna eat those rats. This isn't working. Oh, there we go. F is drop and spacebar jump off. No one will keep us from death. You cannot kill the rat plague. Well, okay. Mister, you cannot kill the rat plague is getting a little old here. Try something new, you unoriginal bastard. Gonna go steal all their stuff. I mean, you gotta consider that the people who live down here, the people whose things I'm taking, probably can't afford to lose it. Kind of being a jackass. Whoa. Well, that did not work as intended. For rent. Okay. So next time I need to trigger it from an angle. Seems like there should be a way to get up there. And that's how you bypass the trap. Yeah. Maybe I should have done that instead. Alright, that's the trigger. There it is. I see it over there. Alright, so we're gonna just duck down. Man, is there any way to, like, get around that? Well, that didn't work. And it's another dead person. Well, I can't take that vice grip or whatever that is with me. How sad. I will take all of your money, though. Piero's remedies, known to stop sickness and to improve the emotional energy of women. Cures torpid liver and chest colds. No one will keep us from death. That's something about lightning oil. So yeah, basically every part of Blades in the Dark that John Harper designed seems to be taken fairly heavily from Dishonored so far. So I'm guessing there's gonna be demons and shit at some point in this game. Go ahead and move that body. Nothing behind it, huh? Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you are known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of a true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you, the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel near where the tunnel splits into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. I'm picking up some special equipment. I now have a hand crossbow and a basically exactly like the other one's sword. Press J to access the quick tutorial wheel. Press and hold middle mouse button to access the quick access wheel. Select the gadget or power you want to equip in your left hand and release middle mouse to confirm. Assign a hotkey to a weapon or power by selecting that item with the quick access wheel and pressing a shortcut key. There are 10 shortcut keys, and you can reconfigure the bindings and options. So, 1 is bullet, 2 is crossbow, 3 is sleep dart, and 4 is incendiary crossbow. Sleep crossbow, flaming crossbow. Got it. They left me an awful lot of clothing that I'm not actually wearing, and it seems far too pastel for a character of my obvious edginess. Alright, so that's the thing I can do now. The Lord Regent is a shriveled prick and a liar. Hemlock's Essence. You drink it and you'll feel better after a few hours of agonizing death. Alright, let's go meet with Samuel. Dunwall Water District main pumping station. Really? Another fucking trap? Where's the trigger for this one? Oh, there it is. I missed it. Okay. So what if I come over here? I got 1 incendiary bolt still. Okay, so you don't get anything else for disarming it other than not getting shot with a flaming arrow. Which I suppose is fine. You know. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. So I'm looking to Jelly for the whiskey. Seven, 8, 2. I mean, is there... whiskey, right? I mean, is there something else back here? Oh, there is. 451. Oh, that's boring. There we go. Money, money, money. Alright, first optional side quest actually achieved.
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
He's right, you know. Shout very loudly if you see me.
Here. They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out. What in the void was that?
Go look over there. Not up here.
Wonder how deep it is. Yeah, I can't see the bottom.
Drop on an enemy from above and press left click just before landing on him to perform a drop assassination. You won't take any damage from the fall. Well, I don't want to kill him.
Nothing after all.
I just want to knock him out. Thank you for the money, son. Sealed by order of the City Watch. Warning, pestilence. This facility has been condemned. Enter on penalty of death. Thanks for your free rats, man. I can really use them. Huh. 2 men. Oh, that didn't work at all. Well.
Huh? Yeah. Next time. Just let
Oh
it
shit.
settle. What was that? Dwarves!
Nope.
What the void was that?
Fuck that up. Again. Alright, we're gonna try doing it faster this time. Oh, not doing it faster. Doing it slower. Doing it slower. Maybe we don't even need to knock these guys out at all.
Heard something. What the fuck? Hey, what was it?
Get around
Keep your...
Nope. Nope, that's not gonna work. I wasn't in crash mode. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Hey, copper wire, hey, copper wire. Hey, copper wire. Early in the morning. Blind from the eye. Blood from the eye. Ah. I'm still only about halfway to saving. What is that?
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend.
Greetings,
I'm Samuel.
friend.
And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Let's go. 0 hostiles killed. Low chaos. Didn't kill anyone and was never detected. I also opened Jelly's safe. Perfect. I didn't get... Wow, I didn't get very many coins at all. Holy shit. Okay, well, I'm bad at things. Hound Pit's Pub. Hidden in an old bar on the river. Your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalist Inner Circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
Interesting series of like
Of course,
beacons
if
out
anyone
here.
finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. I'll take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Came in on that a little fast. Alright, mission clues updated. Samuel the boatman has smuggled you across the river from Coleridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of the Lord Regent and has brought you to meet members of this organization. Interesting. Now let's see what kind of trouble I can get into. Seems very open-worldly. I'm a little concerned that they make their trash bins entirely out of steel and leave them laying in places. Either they don't want something getting in their trash, or they're a very wasteful society. Well, someone designed the hell out. What the shit? What's hitting me? Oh, fuck. I cannot get out of the water, apparently. Really? I literally can't get onto this giant rock here. Screw you, fish. Got your ass. So that's as far as they're willing to let me go. Okay. Yeah, fish. That work? I don't know why I can't use my sword underwater, but doing a Sephiroth style sword drop works pretty well for me. I assume those guys are in the pub watching me do this right now. Why is he swimming out there and fighting fish with a sword? I honestly don't know, Admiral. The Lord Protector moves in mysterious ways. Suck it, fish. And all your friends will die. My sword is covered in fishy blood. Oh, Jesus, it's keeping me from moving. Suck it, fish. And that was an enormous waste of your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me for this Fighting Fish with APGamingREAL. There are actually still fish down here fighting me? Oh, there it is. I saw it. I saw it. Just went Reaper on that fish. Because I was like, die, die, die. Certainly sounds like that warehouse has some weird electrical stuff going on.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Welcome to the Hound Pit Pub, sir. How may I help?
Hello, sir. I am Wallace, and this is Cecilia. We have been informed of your arrival and will do our best to stay out of your way while you conduct your business.
Yes.
Thanks.
Lydia's a servant here as well.
Wallace and Cecilia. Alright, that's a workshop owned by Piero. I'll note that Piero is also the name of the guy who makes tonics to help women get emotional stability or whatever the shit that thing said. How far can we go? That's exactly as far as we can go. To the Pratchett warehouse. Welcome to the Hound Pits Tavern of Dunwall. Best whiskey of the city, dog fights every evening. I cannot read the rest of that, it is super small. Report any sickness hiding the plague is punishable by death. Obey the city watch. Tampering with security devices is punishable by death. A nice big old X-marked door. That's steel welded shut? Steeled shut?
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember,
so I'm guessing that's the
boldest
whale
measures
oil.
are the safest.
Magic whale oil is being filtered into that place. Interesting. Alright.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We found our man. Even after...
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
That beer looks
At risk
so
of
fake.
execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Alright. Piero is an inventor who is available to craft and upgrade equipment. Piero spends most of his time in his workshop. What?
Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown.
So you won't let me walk past a certain point?
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison.
Well, that was nice of him. Just go ahead and open all the doors. And throw away the key. Someone in my head, and he wants whiskey. Well, you looked awfully suspicious when you saw me.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Well, given the state that the city of Dunwall looks like, I'm guessing Dunwall Red smells and tastes like shit. Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Whaler in His Final Years, A Gaffer's Tale Volume 2, or A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world, sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams, a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east off Morley, Gaffan frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. I'm jaded and bitter, because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy could secure the place as a dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. End log.
Captain's log.
Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
So good. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the Isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more eminent than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by these captains, who can track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In the times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The designs of Acton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck, begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the most powerful warehouse companies, such as Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place, in the industrial heart of the capital city. Excerpt from the travel journal of a young whaler. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we'd always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance. We spent half of this getting to the capital city, establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with the whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see to the tracking and killing of the great beast up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by the skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned home, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weathered creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. So, I'm basically just stealing stuff from all the people who ostensibly work with me.
Be advised.
You're the person I haven't met yet? Lydia.
Hi. You must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready.
Excerpt from a series of Overseer's Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy grey wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions, that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt.
They told me who it was. Well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Haven't I already read this one? Yep. Excerpt from a larger work of fiction. The Shadow on Bitterleaf. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise, esoteric patterns. Knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking on the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and now it is your turn to be mended. I think I did that in the wrong order. The Young Prince of Tivia. Excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathaniel Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, close so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Calasar, moving closer. It's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my. Kalasar, your skin is so warm, it burns. Need to talk to Tuxtradamus about this. That's some Mistborn, Vex, and Vise shit going on right there. So, we got the herbal. Let's take a look.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Just open all the doors to let the outsider in. Everyone keeps talking about this outsider. I assume that the door needs to be open for him to join us. Going to the 3rd floor, Ryu.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Okay. Well, the 3rd floor is bricked over. So that's weird. This is supposed to be my room. Corvo's chambers. The most popular formula in the city, Sokolov's Elixir. Promotes robust health and fitness. Sure to protect your family from the ravages of the rat plague. Bitterleaf Crematorium and Fluid Works. Allow us to remove your departed loved ones. So basically there's nothing in my room. It's just a bed and small change. Alright, well that's fascinating.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
Huh. I can see that over there. I can see it. I don't think I can get to it. Oh well. Lots of places here that I'd like to get to, but it looks like they're out of reach, so I'm assuming I'll get like wall jumping powers or wall running powers or some sort of movement based.
I once served under Admiral Havelock. Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him.
Mysteries of Pandysia. Excerpt from a book on the far continent. Pandysia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandysia continent as a place of wonder, where all life has entwined and blossomed across aeons, producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have traveled to the far continent and come back to these isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this someday growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But to date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Sounds very much like the gnomes from my Winter's Edge tabletop RPG campaign. Ah, well, we'll speak with you in a second,
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
My name is Lord Protector. I need bodyguards. Bodyguard.
No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
A second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coins as a mean of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a mean of resisting a remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficacy we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of these so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect, elegant in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. It is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest, for you see Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants and the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate mankind from the manless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Rinhaven River. Piero's request is denied. Piero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? Tivian ore? What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you need was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one's going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. They say Havelock, but what they really mean is he needs to have a heart. Poor Piero, just trying to prove that he can be the equal to any man, if that man is Sokolov. Whale vivisection. Excerpts from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 feet in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth and baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food through the water that was too small to be chewed. Dead Counter Responsibilities. Excerpt from a manual on new City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague or the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Failed Experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course, I have attempted to improve on Sokolov's designs, of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest mind are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates? Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs, and in the chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambitions requires risk. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere. Someday you will not. Our children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon, or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Well, this guy's got a persecution complex for sure. Whale Oil Processing. Excerpt from The Founder of Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. At sea, they secure the base with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven to the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up to the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, and then they lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port at Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts of what it still is. Whale Oil Refilling Station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regards to supplies of whale oil. The good Admiral has paid for this installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it into the correct configuration. Using the lever, we'll begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly. For once.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Alright, so let's give him...
Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
No problem. Huh. I'm gonna want at least one of these. Disable security devices or make them work in your favor by using a rewild tool on circuitry panel for security device you want to hack. Rewired walls of light, arc pylons, and watchtowers will harm your enemies instead of you, while rewired alarms will be fully disabled. Spring razor, a trap that can be placed on nearly any surface. A spring razor trap can be attached to any surface by aiming at it and pressing right click. It will be triggered as an enemy approaches, throwing up a cloud of shrapnel. Excellent. Now let's talk about upgrades. Mask optics. Bone charm. Mask optics. Perfect. So I'm going to need a lot more sleeping darts, and I need them to be a lot more effective. We'll work on it.
Exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
As you know, I, Arthur Perkins, am a professional, real-life assassin. Cool. Now, he said don't throw this because it's unstable. Doesn't look like it blew up, though. Thanks, buddy. Let's go check out the basement, and then we're done.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district has been...
Where's my sleep darts?
The Weeper count for the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Month of seed, followed by month of rain. That checks out. It's a pretty cool way to name your months. Alright.
Is the man dangerous?
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
That's good because I'm standing right behind you.
But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
I'll save you for that, Cecilia. Well,